Alright, thank you for having your writing journals out and your pencils. You may quietly push in your chairs and with a 0 voice come over to the room. Make sure we're sitting down on our pockets. And come out from underneath there. Great. Yeah, that's okay if you get pushed back, but I just don't want you hiding. Okay, so I'm going to read this book twice actually to you. And so I don't want any comments or any verbal reactions. I just want you to think about the book, listen to the story, and we'll talk about it after. The Three Billy Goat Gruffs. Three billy goats, so the story goes, were grazing in a fresh, fragrant field, munching on grass, and thinking of finer things. Gruff snapped, the biggest billy goat ripping up some turf. Gruff, gruff, shot the middle billy goat, snatching some arugula. Gruff, 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 bleated the youngest billy goat, not to be outdone. To no one's surprise, the three billy goats called themselves Gruff, and truth to tell, all three yearned to graze on the green in the meadow of clover across the river, but to get over there, they had to cross a bridge, which wasn't so bad. But under the bridge was a terrifying troll with eyes like burning coals, and a nose like an old acorn squash. The troll was wicked enough to frighten off even the bravest of travelers. The youngest billy goat, Gruff, rolled by the lure of finer fields, stepped onto the bridge, clip-clop, went his little hooves, up sprang the troll, who dares to clip-clop over my bridge, screamed the troll. It's only I, Mr. Troll, the youngest billy goat, Gruff, crossing over the finer fields, said the little goat in a tiny voice. Billy goat for breakfast, billy goat for lunch, I shall eat you up, slobbered the troll, licking his puffy lips. Oh, don't bother with me, squealed the youngest billy goat, Gruff. My brother's crossing behind me, and he's much more to your liking. The troll's great nose quivered as he stopped. Then his eyes blazed bright as he said, go your way then, I shall bide my time. And the youngest billy goat, Gruff, clip-clopped across the bridge and into the meadow of clover. Later on, the middle billy goat, Gruff, stepped onto the bridge. Clip-clop went his medium-sized hooves. Up sprang the troll. Who dares to clip-clop over my bridge? Roared the troll. It's only me, Mr. Troll, the middle billy goat, Gruff, crossing over the greener grass, said the middle goat in a medium sort of voice. Billy goat for breakfast, billy goat for lunch, I shall eat you up, trilled the troll, rubbing his bloated belly. Oh, please, man, leave me alone, said the middle billy goat, Gruff. My brother's crossing behind me. He's much more of a meal for you. The troll thought again, tapped his nose, and hefted his belly. Go your way, then, I shall bide my time. And the middle billy goat, Gruff, clip-clopped across the bridge and into the meadow of clover. Shortly after that, the biggest billy goat, Gruff, stepped onto the bridge. Clip-clop went his great hooves, and the bridge groaned under his weight. Out sprang the troll. Who dares clip-clop over my bridge? Bellowed the troll. It's only I, Mr. Troll, the biggest billy goat, Gruff, crossing over to more verdant victuals. Billy goat for breakfast, billy goat for lunch, billy goat, munch, munch, munch. I shall eat you up. But the biggest billy goat, Gruff, growled. Trolls have noses, trolls have ears, goats have horns as sharp as spears. And with that, the biggest billy goat, Gruff, lowered his head, pawed the ground, and charged at the troll, his sharp horns shining. He butted the troll up in the air, over the bridge and into the river. The troll sank like a stone and was never seen again. The three billy goats, Gruff, so we're told, are still there grazing in both fields now and growing fatter every day. The end. So, how was that story to listen to? Was that a lot of fun? go ahead and raise your hand and let me know. Andre?
No pictures.
No pictures? Yeah, there weren't any pictures.
And if you had the book over your face and you were reading like that and you didn't show the pictures and like your expressions, you didn't have any, you didn't put on like TV.
So I didn't have any expressions, I didn't show you the pictures. What? You like that book? Yeah, it's a good book. Yep. Yeah, so I was mumbling, I was kind of hiding behind the book. I didn't show you the pictures. Tessa? Deeper voice.
You were like talking like this and
Putting the book in, yep, so it's hard to
you
hear.
were talking like this.
Yep.
We couldn't put a picture in our mind of what.
So it's a little bit harder because I wasn't using any voice. And voice, I just put it up earlier. Voice is the soul of the piece. It's what notes the writer's personal style as all his or her feelings and convictions come out through the words. So I want you guys to think about voice as I read this a second time. And voice is really important because if you can't hear the writer's voice in a book, if you can't hear the writer's voice, then you don't know what the message they're trying to portray throughout their story. So voice is really important when you're reading a book, but also when you're writing. So I want you to listen to this next and notice the difference with how I read it. Jesse? You will see. Okay, the second read. The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Three billy goats, so the story goes, were grazing in a fresh, fragrant field, munching on grass and thinking of the finer things. Gruff! Snapped the biggest billy goat, ripping up some turf. Gruff, gruff! Chopped the middle billy goat, gnashing some arugula. Gruff, gruff, gruff! Bleated the youngest billy goat, not to be outdone. To no one's surprise, the three billy goats called themselves Gruff, and truth to tell, all three yearned to graze on the greens in the meadows of clover across the river. But to get over there, they had to cross a bridge, which wasn't so bad, but under the bridge lived a terrifying troll with eyes like burning coals and a nose like an old acorn squash. The troll was wicked enough to frighten off even the bravest of travelers. The youngest billy goat Gruff, lulled by the lure of finer fields, stepped onto the bridge. Clip-clop went his little hooves, up sprang the troll. Who dares to clip-clop over my bridge, fumed the troll. It's only I, Mr. Troll, the youngest billy goat Gruff, crossing over to finer fields, said the little goat in a tiny voice. Billy goat for breakfast, Billy goat for lunch, I shall eat you up, slobbered the troll, licking his puffy lips. Oh, don't bother with me, squealed the youngest billy goat Gruff. My brother's crossing behind me, and he's much more to your liking. The troll's great nose quivered as he thought. Then his eyes blazed bright as he said, Go your way, then I shall bide my time. And the youngest billy goat Gruff clip-clopped across the bridge and into the meadow of clover. Later on, the middle billy goat Gruff stepped onto the bridge. Clip-clop went his medium-sized hooves. Up sprang the troll. Who dares to clip-clop over my bridge? Roared the troll. It's only me, Mr. Troll, the middle billy goat Gruff tossed. The middle billy goat Gruff, crossing over to greener grass, said the middle goat in a medium sort of voice. Billy goat for breakfast, Billy goat for lunch, I shall eat you up, shrilled the troll, rubbing his loaded belly. Oh, please, man, leave me alone, said the middle billy goat Gruff. My brother's crossing behind me. He's much more of a meal for you. The troll thought again, tapped his nose, and spelling. Go your way then, I shall bide my time. And the middle billy goat gruff, flip flop across the bridge and into the meadow of clover. Shortly after that, the biggest billy goat gruff stepped onto the bridge. Flip flop went his big hooves, and the bridge groaned under his weight of weight. Up sprang the troll. Who dares to clip flop over my bridge? Bellowed the troll. It's only I, Mr. Troll, the biggest billy goat gruff, crossing over to more verdant victuals. Billy goat for breakfast, billy goat for lunch, billy goat, munch, munch, munch. I shall eat you up. But the biggest billy goat gruff growled, trolls have noses, trolls have ears, goats have horns as sharp as spears. And with that, the biggest billy goat gruff lowered his head, pawed the ground, and charged at the troll, his sharp horns shining. He butted the troll up, in there, over the bridge and into the river. The troll sank like a stone and was never seen again. The three billy goats, gruff, so we're told, are still there, grazing in both fields now, and growing fatter every the end. Okay, so raise your hand and tell me what was different about that. Lily.
You showed us the pictures, and you actually had expression, and you weren't hiding your face in the book.
Yeah. So I wasn't hiding the book, I used expression, both in my tone of voice, and also in how my body language was. Yes, Ava?
And you weren't holding your face,
Yes.
you weren't mumbling.
Yes, Andrew?
I didn't like it. I liked because the troll was so ugly.
The troll was scary.
No, you were not. You were not scary.
Yes, Julian?
Your voice changed throughout the book because of the characters.
Right, so I did change my voice based on the characters. So, those are all really awesome points. So, voice is really important, not only when you are reading a book, that you can be able to imagine those things, hey Val, but that you can hear it as you read it. So, as a reader, I could read that. So, when I read your guys' stories, Ava, when I read your guys' stories, I want to be able to hear your voice coming through the story. Just like I could read this book. Okay. Thank you. Big eyes up here. Just as when I read this book, I could tell what the author wanted by the voice, the tone in the book. That's what I want when I read your guys' personal narrative. I want to be able to hear you telling me the story. I need vivid verbs. I need adjectives from a wall. I need all kinds of descriptive words. Okay, I want you guys to capture it. So you're writing to an audience when you're writing this personal narrative. The audience is primarily me, and then also your classmates for when we're sharing. Okay, so you need to make sure when you have an audience in mind that you're getting your story and your tone across. Because if I would have read this book the first way I read it, do you think that's the way the author intended the voice to be heard? No. Did you guys, I also wanted to go back to vocab. Let's see. It was right. The verdant victuals. Does anybody know what that means? This means greener grass. So he was just headed over. He said the same thing as the medium goat and the small goat, but this means
A little bit more
luscious.
fancy.
It's a little bit fancier, and they just did that because he was a little bit older. But what a great vocabulary word, and he used so many descriptive adjectives in here so you could imagine it. Because even during the first read, some of you said you could picture it still because of the language that he used. It made it easier when you used the tone and the voice. So I want you to work on tone and voice when we're working on our personal narrative. I want you to put a picture in my mind.